hi, hello, how are you? I'm Pia. So I cannot be wrong in assuming that we are all pretty thoroughly obsessed with Heartstopper by now. The Netflix show has basically taken the world by storm, and I'm not alone in saying that I feel quite the book hangover, the series hangover after rereading the series and then also immediately finishing the Netflix series. And if you have not watched it, I just can only assume that you are not from planet Earth, and in that case you are an alien, and I would like to introduce you to Heartstopper. No, but in all seriousness, I posted a video where I reread these books and I watched the series directly after. It was an entire time that YouTube has taken away from us and has been blocked, so watching this YouTube, I would really like my video to be posted still. Thank you! I would like to give you guys some recommendations as to what to read if you really enjoyed Heartstopper and the series and whatnot. So I've got some great queer recommendations, some graphic novels, some kind of traditionally formatted novels that I think you guys will really enjoy if you have already enjoyed this one, to maybe cure a little bit of that book series hangover. Alright, let's do it. My first recommendation is obviously for anything else that Alice Oseman has written. I have here, just for example, I have Radio Silence and Loveless. Alice Oseman is the genius creator of Heartstopper, the creator of all the things lovely in this world, truly. And Heartstopper is like this big multiverse, truly. And I know Charlie Spring would hate me for saying that, but you know what? So Radio Silence is set in the Heartstopper universe, so is her other novels, Solitaire and I Was Born for This. I haven't read those two, but I can recommend this one. There's also Alid in this, who is a side character in Heartstopper, though he's not in the series, which I am still mad about. Thank you for asking. If you love this, I think you'll love anything else that she's writing. There's lots of queer stories full of heart, all of the things that we love already, and some really great identities. In this one we have a demisexual main character and a male-male relationship, and this one we have an aro-ace main character and a female-female relationship as well. So lots of fun diversity, always what I'm looking for. So now if you have already completed Alice Oseman's backlist, I'm so sorry for you, but we will have to branch out a little bit. So I have some graphic novels that I would love to recommend. The first is Bloom. This is like so similar to Heartstopper. I was actually just like looking at it earlier. I was like, is it Heartstopper fanfic? I don't know. You tell. No shade to the author. It was just a joke. It's fine. This has the same kind of archetypes of characters. You have like a kind of soft boy who doesn't really know what he's doing, and a kind of bigger masculine guy, but they're all softies, set at a bakery. Yeah, it's very, very sweet. It's all in this like blue color style. I think it's like a beachside bakery now that I think about it. So if you like bakeries, I love reading about food, as I love baking. The relationship is really great. There's a second volume, which has not come out yet, but this has a very similar dynamic between our two main characters. There's also some other things going on as well. Yeah, it's a very, very sweet, heartwarming, lovely, good time. Next is another graphic novel, and this is called Cheer Up. This again is super queer. Instead of focusing on a male-male relationship, this focuses on a female-female relationship and queer cheer setting. Is that what I was gonna say? That is genius. Yeah, so it's about cheer. As you can tell. I think it's called Cheer, Love, and Pom-Poms, actually. And it is so, so sweet. We have a trans main character. We have like this kind of like best friends who kind of like fell out with one another and are becoming friends again, and something more than that. It's so, so lovely. I'm not a big sports person, as you can tell by maybe everything about me, but I do love like the cheer team building aspects to this. It really helps the characters grow and work together and build a relationship. And then my last graphic novel recommendation for you is Check Please. This is set in college, so it's a little bit older than Our Boys in Heartstopper. My brain just stopped working. Sorry. It's about a hockey team. It also has baking, which we know I love, and I think he's a vlogger, our main character, and he is out, but he is kind of falling for a guy who's not out yet, and who is, I believe, on the same hockey team. And this also has a couple more volumes, but yeah, it's super sweet. Obviously, like, man bakes a good pie. He's got on the hockey team. He has this kind of same upbringing, but like start to his hockey career that maybe Charlie has in rugby. I'm really trying to draw out all the similarities here. The research is done. So yeah, it has a very similar relationship. Also coming out and coming to terms with your sexuality and being open and things like that, and it's also very sweet. So those are the graphic novels. Let's get into the traditionally written ones. Okay. First I would say Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. This is kind of like, I want to say like a holy grail in queer lit. It's like one of the first like male books that I feel like I've ever read in YA or ever heard of even. So this is about Simon, who's like chatting anonymously back and forth with this guy, and he is kind of trying to solve that mystery while also being outed to his school and dealing with those things. It exactly parallels anything really, but I do feel like it's a holy grail if you're looking for queer books. You might as well start with some Becky Albertalli because she started the train, at least in my head. So along the same vein, I have Felix Ever After. This is a story about a trans boy who is, his last name is Love. Felix Love is in love. I love. He's very similar to Simon, as Felix is, I believe, dead named, and like pictures of him before his transition are posted around school, and so he is trying to figure out who is kind of blackmailing him in this way and you know, and kind of like, you know, disrespecting him, I guess, and bullying, obviously, as he's also like balancing like love and feelings and kind of differentiating the feelings between friendship and relationships and what a relationship can mean when you're in high school and things like that. He's also an amazing artist. So there's a lot of fun things going on and lots of obviously really difficult discussions and topics carried forth in this novel as well. So yeah, I feel like these are all like, this is really difficult to talk about, but it ends up being really sweet. Then we have autobiography. I feel like I have not talked about this book in too long, so I'm going to. This is by Christina Lauren. This is about a kid named Tanner who moves from California, I believe, to Utah. So he's kind of like pushed back in the closet, and he's taking this creative writing class, and he ends up meeting this other guy who he has an interest in. This deals a lot more with religion, especially like the Mormon faith and how faith interacts with sexuality and the views of different sexualities and different faiths. Speaking very broadly there, but you know what I mean. So this is definitely like a difficult read. I know that some people like go into it and be like, oh my gosh, it's a cute little romance, but I feel like a lot of queer stories, not that they have to address this, but a lot of them tend to address things that are more difficult to talk about and aren't just fluffy and fun, but they end up being fluffy and fun. This is a great story. It has a lot of interesting perspectives, and yeah, it deals with coming out and a really great relationship ends up being born from the ashes. What am I saying? I don't know. Then we have Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of why this is so frickin' shiny. This book, again, feels like a classic to me in queer lit and young adult queer lit. You know, I wonder why. So I don't think this is set present day. I don't think this is set present day. I believe it's set, because the second book is like, if I fucking read the back, I read this book. I swear I did. Yeah, girl, I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, this has a sequel book, which it's okay, but the first book is fantastic. Have very different characters, Ari and Dante. They kind of push each other's buttons a lot at first, but become such close friends and end up obviously having a relationship after that, dealing with a lot of things. Ari's brother is in prison. He doesn't really feel very close with his father, and just adding coming out and questioning his sexuality on top of everything is a lot for him to deal with. So it has a lot of important discussions in here, but at its core it's really beautiful and well done relationship and discussion of kind of like first relationships and discovering who you are and what you want, I guess. And yeah, like I said, it's like basically a cornerstone in the queer lit community, so you probably already read it. And if you haven't, read it. Look at that. It's a bookmark fan. And why don't I just go like that? And you can see my fun top. And then the last book I have to recommend to you is 10 Things I Can See From Here by Carrie Mack. This is also super shiny. Hello. Did you rip my book? If you didn't know, this is a piece of the Night Circus. That's kind of rude of you, but you know. Okay, anyway, moving along. Moving swiftly along. This is a book centered around a female-female relationship. It also deals with discussions of anxiety and OCD, which I thought were also important to include. I can't explicitly say that the other recommendations have mental illness and mental health representation, but I do know that this one does. Oh my god, set in Vancouver? Between her dad's wavering sobriety, her very pregnant stepmom insisting on a home birth, and her bumbling courtship with Salix, this summer brings even more catastrophes than she could have foreseen. This one's really great because it has so many elements going on. It's like washing me the fuck out, but I really, as you know, love mental illness, mental health representation in books, so the fact that this is also a queer story is just makes it 10 times more better. Wow, I'm an English major. Hi, how are you? This is also a best friends to lovers romance, I believe, which is my favorite. It's great, it's queer, mental health, great messages, great romance, lots of good things. Okay, cool. Those are all of the books that I recommend if you have read and finished Heartstopper and it left a Heartstopper shaped hole in your heart. Let me know if I missed anything that you're like, oh my gosh, this is like the perfect Heartstopper heartache cure, and you're stupid idiot. Thank you. But use nice words, please. Thank you. I keep saying like I want Heartstopper off my feed because it is controlling my life, but and I made this video, so I'm a hypocrite. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of the things, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!